Hey everyone, it's time for another unboxing and review video. This time around, we're gonna take a look at another Xiaomi product, namely the Xiaomi Mi TV Stick. This is basically a portable streaming media player that allows you to turn a regular TV into a smart TV. Before we dive into the unboxing and my personal experience about this product, let's take a look at the specs. The Mi TV Stick comes with an output resolution of 1080p, runs on a quad-core CPU and the Mali 450 GPU. It has 1GB of RAM, 8GB of onboard storage, and of course it runs on Android OS. The dongle connects via Wi-Fi and the remote control connects via Bluetooth. It has no Ethernet port and the remote doesn't have an IR blaster. Now let's go to the unboxing. Here's what's inside the box. We have the English user manual and the product information guide, micro USB cable for the power, HDMI extension cable, and we have a power adapter. Next, we have the remote control. This one connects via Bluetooth and like I said, it doesn't have an IR blaster. It looks very simple and minimal. It has quick access buttons to Netflix and Amazon Prime Video. There's also a mic button that triggers Google Assistant so you can do voice command searches. Remote is powered by two AAA batteries that are not included in the package. Finally, here's the Mi TV Stick. On one end is the HDMI connector, and on one side is the micro USB port for the power source. Now let's try setting it up. I'm using the HDMI extender, but you can also plug the stick directly onto the HDMI port of your TV. So now this end plugs onto your TV. Take the micro USB and stick it here. And this is how everything connects to the TV stick. Now plug the HDMI connector at the back of your TV and plug the power adapter to an outlet. By the way, I used a different power adapter for this so it doesn't hit the metal rack at the front. When it's on, the light indicator will turn white. If you are wondering if you can connect the power cable to a USB port on the TV itself, yes you may, but I just prefer using the wall outlet because I noticed that the TV stick heats up faster when it's using the TV as a power source. On your TV, switch to HDMI input source and wait for the screen to show the initial setup guide. Press the two buttons shown on the screen on your voice remote and wait for the welcome screen to load. Select the language, the region. I'm skipping the Android phone setup so we can go straight to connecting to a Wi-Fi network. It took me a couple of minutes to finally get connected to the internet and I'm not really sure why since the router is already sitting beside the TV stick, so I hope it's something that only happens during initial setup. When you're finally connected, you can start setting up your Google account by signing in using your Gmail address. The succeeding steps are pretty straightforward from there. I usually say no to everything, especially when the options have to do with sending or receiving data. Basically, I just want to consume data for streaming purposes. Now when it comes to the part where you're asked to install additional apps, make sure to go through this list because some of the apps are pre-selected for you. Uncheck everything you don't need so they don't get downloaded and consume storage space. Select continue and just go through the succeeding banners until you're taken to the main apps page. If you want to install additional apps, just click on the plus icon on the screen. My Netflix experience with the Mi TV Stick is okay, although I feel like I'm always having connectivity issues, which is weird because my phone is also connected to Wi-Fi and I hardly experience any buffering. And as you know, Netflix automatically adjusts the video quality based on your bandwidth. So sometimes when I just started Netflix, everything will appear pixelated at first, then eventually it will become more clear. Same goes for my experience with watching on Amazon Prime Video. There are times when the quality is just so bad it's unbearable and we had to stop watching altogether, but I'm not putting that against the product because we were able to try it on a bigger screen with lower internet speeds, and it even performed much better. YouTube, on the other hand, buffers differently. At some point, the audio and video will go out of sync, leaving the video paused while the audio is still playing. And then suddenly, the video will play in fast forward in order to catch up with the audio, and that's how it syncs to its normal playback. It's very frustrating when that happens, so I learned to watch in a lower resolution in order to avoid buffering. After all, our TV is only 32 inches big, so watching on 720p is already good enough. Because of its built-in Chromecast, you can also listen to Spotify on your TV. For this to work, you have to use your phone and cast Spotify on the screen. Then you can enjoy listening and control the application using the TV or even your phone. So, we've tried watching on Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and YouTube, and I would say that my overall experience with streaming videos using the My TV Stick is actually very good. Granted, you have very fast Wi-Fi. We've also tried casting Spotify on the screen and it turned out to be a good listening experience for me. But there's one last feature I'd like to show before we wrap up, and that is the option to connect Bluetooth accessories. This allows you to pair Bluetooth devices to your TV stick so that you can listen to an external device. The only problem is, once you're connected, there's no option to reconnect. For example, I used my AirPods on another device and I wanted to go back to listening from the My TV Stick. I only have these two options available, so I can't get in. The only way for me to connect back to the TV Stick is to unpair it and pair it again. I hope Xiaomi looks into this and provide an update because it's kind of a basic feature to allow you to reconnect a Bluetooth device. But overall, it's not a big deal to me. I guess that's about it for this review. At a price point of around 1,500 pesos only, there's so much to love about this product. You get something that turns your television into a smart TV, allowing you to watch on Netflix, YouTube, Amazon, and so on at 1080p resolution. It also lets you listen to Spotify, connect Bluetooth accessories, and even play games. The Xiaomi My TV Stick has been especially handy for us when traveling and staying at hotels and accommodations that don't have smart TVs. It's a portable entertainment stick that you can take everywhere you go, and I recommend this product if you're looking for a budget-friendly way to upgrade your TV. And that's it. I hope you liked this video. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and drop them down on the comment section below. A full review will also be written on my blog at www.theblogger.com. Feel free to visit my channel for more videos like this. I hope you like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.